Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to My Curvy Life. I am your host, Miss Fonda, coming to you all the way from Omaha, Nebraska, along with my co-host, Miss Latanya and Lasagna Jones, who are always loving on you in that audience. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being a part of this entity. I wanted to come on tonight and I wanted to make a few announcements, but I'm going to go ahead and be the host of the show on tonight. It is the holiday season, and I'm sure you all are out shopping and getting your last minute gifts for your loved ones and your family, friends, and I'm going to respect that. We will not have a show on Christmas Eve, which is next Tuesday, because I'm sure you all will be celebrating and doing all that you do with your loved ones. I want to first make an announcement. I am still collecting for the adopted grandparent or adopter senior program. Guys, this is like so major to me because this allows us to remember our past, to remember those that stood in the gap for us, those that encouraged us, those that mattered to us in life, helped us, uh, nurtured us, and taught us what we needed to be taught so that we could survive and live in today's times. So, please, if you would, sponsor a senior for only a minimum of $12. And I will add in for every sponsor a pair of footies and or socks to accommodate that gift that I'm going to be giving out here within the next few days for the holiday, for the Christmas holiday. Thank you all for your support. Nothing ever happens without you. I want to also say thank you for being a support to this entity, y'all. Y'all don't even know how important and what this means when you join the group and when you make comments and inspirations and give your input through this group. And I appreciate you guys. My Curvy Life has had a wonderful year. And I kind of want to recap on this year. We had so many wonderful guests that came on that shared. And I appreciate you guys. It isn't always easy being transparent. Sometimes, things in life are so major. And for years, you have a hard time even talking about it or even wanting to think about it. So for you to come on the show and actually share that personal information, to be transparent. And this show is to help lift and improve lives, to teach us, to show us better ways, to also inspire us, help us. If there's people that may be going through some of the things that the people that come on this show talk about, if you're having an addiction, if you're having any type of an issue, and you hear these stories from those guests that come on here, hopefully you're taking that information and you're applying it to your life, because that's what this entity is all about. It's about encouraging, helping, motivating, building, learning, information. That's what this entity is all about. And I'm thankful that the Lord gave me this road, this map, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. I take time and I listen, and I also apply some things that I hear on the shows from different ones, because sometimes you may go through something that you've never even experienced before, and if someone else has experienced it and they've came out victorious, or they give you some helpful hints on how to deal with it or go through this, then by all means share with me, because I want to know. I want to know that there is victory at the end. I can make it through. This information is helpful to me, so thank you guys. I cannot elaborate on how important that is, and so I do really appreciate you. Now we are at about almost 800 members, guys. I'm was rooting for 1,000 by January 1st, by December 31st. And that's okay, because you always have to set goals. Goals are very important. if you don't have any goals, then your ambition is low. All right. You got to set goals because you got to have ambition in order to push forth and go through and reach that goal. So I'm still looking and reaching for that goal of 1,000 members strong in this group. And I want us to keep going to 2,000, 3,000, however many it takes. But I'm very, very, very thankful. And I just can't say that enough because, when I started, I didn't have a vision really. I just wanted to start something that was going to be motivating and positive. And as I went along, I have developed a vision. I have more of what I want to see out of this group, and it is coming to pass. It is happening, guys, in leaps and in bounds. But without an audience, without someone to listen to you and hear your stories and hear your guests, you have nothing. So it's you guys who really make this happen. It's really you who make all of this to come true and to come to pass. So thank you. I want to talk a little bit about support. I will be honest and transparent. I did not understand or appreciate support in the past. Sometimes you don't understand it or appreciate it until you start doing something and you realize, man, I need a backing. I need some people in my corner. I need, some people that I can trust, that I can work with, that I can build. And a lot of times you don't know that until you start doing something on your own. You create an entity on your own, and then you realize, hey, I need a team. I need some support. I need some prayers. So I'm thankful that I was able to catch on, learn. You learn by trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Everything doesn't always go perfectly. There's some errors that you do and some things that happen. But the most important part is that you don't quit. You pick up, you keep going. You may fall, you may, fall out for a minute or have to take a break, because life deals different things. Life deals different things. I've learned over the years to kind of camouflage a lot of my life's issues because, I don't want to let those things overtake me. I don't want to let those things get me into a depression. And I've done that before. In my younger years, I was depressed all the time because I didn't have this, I didn't have that, just a bunch of different issues and different things that really, really was irrelevant. And so, or I'm not going to say relevant, but what we have to do is we have to teach and train our minds to think on those good things, to think on those positive things, and not let the negative things overtake our mind and overtake our behavior. Because they can, all you have to do is sit and think on negative, and then all of a sudden you're feeling like you're down in the dumps, like nothing is working out for you. I have nothing, and it's not just the Whitney Houston song. It's like literally you feel like you have nothing, and that's not true. Think of all the good things you do have. And what I'm going to take into the new year, I said I'm going to start doing this, and I'm going to share it with you guys because hopefully it'll help someone else out there. So I'm going to start with a list, okay? The list of all wonderful things that are going on positive in my life. And then I'm going to put a list of those things that I'm not going so well. And then I'm going to put a list of those things that's just not happening at all, okay? I'm going to start scratching off on that list, y'all. And things that are unnecessary, things that are irrelevant, or things that could be not even focused on, I'm going to remove those off of my list. And I'm just going to focus on those things that are going to help Fonda, that's going to build Fonda, that's going to motivate Fonda. And that's what I'm going to do for the beginning of the year. And I think I hear a lot of people say, well, I wrote down what I wanted. I wrote down, some people say they do this when they want to meet a husband or a wife. They write down the things that they want from a mate, or things that they want for their business or what have you. And I'm told that a lot of those times when they do that, those things come to pass. Those things come true. I've never done that. I've never done that. I've never wrote down any visions or anything, I mean, it was in my head, but I never really wrote them down on a piece of paper. And I heard writing down on a piece of paper makes a big difference. It can make a big difference on the flow of that. So I'm going to try that this year. And I'm going to challenge some of you out here. Do that with me. Let's write down 3 sections. Okay. That first section is going to be all the things that's going great, wonderful in your life, those things that you want to happen, and then those things that have happened that may have caused a delay or some type of thought pattern in your head. Now, that third list, I'm going to tell you, we're going to get rid of that, but we do need to face what those things are. Sometimes we could put things in the back of our mind and they're still there dormant, but they're just not at the focus. We want those things out of there. We want the focus and all those things that we want to happen and those things that have happened, because you got to be appreciative of the things that have taken place in your life. You got to put that first forefront, because you want to be thankful. You want to let God know, man, I thank you, God, for, letting this, and this happen for me in my life. And I appreciate you. Lord, I'm claiming this, and that. And I know you could do it because you've done it before. There is a song that I believe it's by Ty Tribbett. If he's done it before, he could do it again, because he's the same God back then as he is the same God right now. So put your focus and your trust, first in the good Lord, and then follow your dreams, follow your passion. A lot of times, we feel like we have to seek approval for our passions, for our dreams. Well, let's see what such thinks about it, or let's see what they say about it. Let's see what, sometimes those visions and those things that come to you, those are things for you and for you to fulfill. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. These are things and accomplishments that God has blessed you and given you to achieve. All right. Your walk, your flow, your pattern, where you're going and where he wants you to go. All right. So let's get our focus, on those things and those positive things. And I've never heard of anybody having positive flows and not being happy or satisfied within that positiveness. I've never heard of that. Positive thoughts give you energy. They give you motivation. It makes you have drive, and it makes you want to accomplish and achieve those things. And so put those positive things, those things that's going to drive you, those things that's going to make you a better person. As we get older and we get seasoned in our life, we're supposed to become better. We're supposed to take our wisdom, our knowledge, some of the things that we went through, and we're supposed to lead the younger generation. We're supposed to help them. All right. I look back at I had many mentors in my life, guys, many mentors that invested in me as a child. And it was not an easy task, because I was one of those children. I grew up in a very bad neighborhood, Vietnam projects. I saw so much evil and bad being done. And when you're in an environment like that growing up, you want to do what everybody else does. You don't necessarily want to do the right things, because you're like, hey, Susie's kicking it. Susie's doing that. She's staying out all night. I want to do the same thing. Well, I had a mother that was like not having it. Now, my mother was handicapped. She couldn't get me, but she would get me. I might see a shoe flying at me or a cup flying at me, but she's like, hey, you're going to do what I tell you to do. And I wasn't quite on that same page. I was kind of hard-headed. And again, I saw everybody else doing it in the environment and neighborhood, and I wanted to fit in. But I realized that I could not fit in, and that was not my calling. And my mother made sure of it. She made sure that I was going to make something out of myself. I was going to be somebody. And she didn't know what that was, because, I was still a kid. I was still a teenager. And unfortunately, my mother left me at an early age. I was in my 20s. I was 24 when my mother passed. I was still kind of growing. I was still learning. I was just a young adult. I didn't really know much, and only what she had taught me. But I'm thankful, because one thing my mother did teach, and what's most important, is that common sense. All right. You got to have that common sense in order to make the best decisions for your life that you need to make. Smart, book wise is great. You can be intelligent, lovely. That's going to take you places, of course, but you got to have that common sense, y'all. Okay. I'm just saying. And I'm going to take a drink of water on that one. Okay. You got to have common sense. So use it. Use that common sense. If things don't look right, then they probably aren't right. Okay. Common sense is going to tell you, hey, this is the good decision to make. This is where you need to go. What directions? Don't fight against it. Just like when people show you their red flags, don't ignore the red flags. Pay attention to the red flag, because those red flags could save you from a lot of hurt, harm, and or danger in the future. Okay, so I just wanted to come on and encourage you guys for the upcoming year. I'm not going to have a show on next Tuesday again because it is Christmas Eve, and you guys may be all out trying to buy me a Christmas gift. I don't know, but I don't want to take your time up from doing that. I'm just kidding. But I didn't want to have a show on Christmas Eve, and I kind of wanted to be able to come on and just greet you guys and just thank you for a wonderful, wonderful year. I am looking for so much more in 2025. I cannot complain about 2024 as far as anything. Actually, life has been good. God has been good. I'm still here. I'm still able to talk to you. I'm still, able to get around. I may have a few more aches and pains in the body, as I get older, but that's okay. That's going to come. But what I am thankful for is that I'm still here. God has been good. He has brought me thus far. I mean, we got a few more days until the end of the year, but I'm believing that God is going to let me cross over again. I'm thankful. Every year I do cross over in the house of the Lord because I feel like that's the best place to be. And, I feel like how you end your year is how you're going to start your new year. And that's what you can look forward to within your new year. That's my thoughts. But I'm thankful that I have the mind and want to be in the house of the Lord to celebrate and to say thank you, because it's only by God's goodness and grace that we are able to do what we do. Some people do believe that they make it happen, but that's not me. I believe God makes everything happen, anything and everything that's good. There was some things that I have been wanting to do by all year. God granted me. Sometimes our timing is not God's timing. We have to realize that we may want things like right now, I want this right now, but God may say, no, not now, but I'm going to give it to you, but a little bit later. And so I'm thankful. Just some of the things that he's allowed me to be able to do that I hadn't been able to do. He opened the door and made a way. And I just, I reverence God and I thank him. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I am saying that I do reverence him and I do thank him. And I gotta share his goodness with all of you. So thank you guys for listening. And I hope that, my Curvy Life has been an encouragement in your lives. I am always open for ideas, open for things that the show can present and do. I'm always looking for guests. If you have a story to tell, and nobody can tell your story like you could tell your story, know that, okay? Your story is important, and some stories are meant to be shared and heard. Not all stories, but some are. You pick and choose which ones you want to share with us, and we will be willing to listen. and learn. And that's always what is important, is to be able to learn and take something away. I was able to do some leadership conferences this year. I was able to do some networking and meet some different people and some new people, and it's just really been amazing, on the things that I've learned, on the things that I want to share, and things that have made a difference in me. And I never focused a lot when it came to certain things, but as being a talk show host or being a podcast host, you listen more. You know what I mean? I'll listen to someone talks and I'll be like, man, that would be a good subject to have you come on the show and talk about. You know what I mean? And I'm just grateful and thankful. And I'm going to ask all of you to just focus on what kind of year that you've had. Think about all those good things. Think about all the wonderful things first that's happened. Think about those things that you want to happen, and those things that did happen that you don't want to ever happen again. And we could prevent some things from happening again. That's not going to be beneficial for you. That's why I was mentioning earlier about the red flags. When you see those red flags pop up, don't ignore them. When people show you them red flags, I know you sometimes we say, oh, I don't no, I'm not gonna believe that. I'm not gonna believe that's gonna be the case. And you could try to ignore it if you want to, but I promise you, if you've seen those red flags, honey, they coming back up again. They gonna show up. Trust me. All right. So protect yourself. I'm gonna say that this year and going into 2025. Protect yourself from hurt, from pain, from things that's gonna cause you disruption. Protect yourself from that. Put your shield up if you have to. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put my shield up because I don't want nobody coming in messing with what I got and need to be having going on. Because, this year is some big decisions for me. This year, I hit double nickel. Okay, coming up 2025, I hit double nickel. That's a milestone. All right, 55, you almost finna hit 60. You didn't left your 50s almost, you know what I mean? You're tilting over into latter 50s. And I feel like as you get older, there's just different things ways you need to look at things. You don't look at things like you did when you was a teenager, because those days are long gone. You don't look at things like you were when you were a kid. These decisions make a difference that you make as you get older. They make a difference in your life. It's detrimental that you really pray and you really think about the next moves, what decisions, how this is going to go, what do you want, what do you see? You have to plan, time out for that suddenly, making a decision. You have to kind of weigh things out, look at options, all kind of different things. It's like as I'm getting older, I'm realizing that's really of importance. And so, let's just focus, and then two, I'm eligible for retirement this year. If the Lord say the same, if I make it through to May 1st, I can sign the dotted line and say, peace. Now, will I do that just yet? I'm not sure, but the option to be able to do that is going to be amazing, to have that feeling of accomplishment. I'm sure I'll shed some tears, and I'll probably be on here shedding some tears. I'm going to tell you now, and I apologize in advance, but yes, I would definitely be shedding some tears, because when you reach milestones in your life, when you reach accomplishments, that's something to shed a tear over, actually, because you have went through some things to get to where you are. So that will definitely be a great day for me to be able to meet the eligibility for retirement. So thank you all for your prayers, and thank you for allowing me to serve you in this community, because that's what I've done. And I could want to continue to do that. It'll just be in a different capacity, but I will continue no matter where I am in the world, because I do plan on leaving Omaha, Nebraska. This is my home. I'll always consider it my home. I'll always come back, but I do want to live somewhere else. I've never had the experience to live anywhere else. I've visited quite a few places, and there's some places that's kind of stuck with me that I'm like, I could retire here. So a lot of different additional things that as you get older and your life changes that you have to make different choices, decisions. You have to take different turns. And that's why this show, My Curvy Life, our lives take so many curves, so many different ways. And, it can get kind of curvy. And some of those curves could be great curves and some could be, oh, watch out, So I'm just thankful for this entity. I plan to continue to do what I'm doing unless the good Lord directs me in another path. But I'm just excited for 2025 in a lot of ways. This show, for one, I want to start it off with a bang. I do have a special guest that I am anticipating, and she's on the upper level, y'all. She's on the upper level. She was here. I got a chance to hear her at a leadership conference. She was absolutely amazing. I spoke with her, asked her if she would come on the show. So we are working out those details right now as we speak. But I believe she will be my first guest for 2025. And I'm very excited about it, as I am with all of my guests that come on the show. So thank you guys. I just wanted to just close out this year with this show, with me just addressing you and, just talking to you. I have grown to have so many relationships. I met so many different people with having this brand Curve and having this show, My Curvy Life. I met so many people, and I would be amiss to say, if I didn't mention my co-host. Now, let me tell you, these young ladies, they're some beautiful young ladies. I love them. I've always had a liking from them from day one when I met them, and vice versa. And when I started this show, the first people that I thought about that I would want to work with, because when you start an adventure, you have to work with people that you click with, that where they're coming from. You know what I mean? Are you on the same page? And somebody that's going to be cooperative, not argumentative, not battling back and forth, but can flow with what you got and what your thoughts are. And these young ladies, they were more than willing to flow. There was some dynamics and some changes that came with the show, because originally the show started when we were all on the camera. And that was great for starting out. But as things went on, I decided that it would be better to be the host, have them be my co-host. They can comment, they can talk to you, they can promote the page, and that's the My Curvy Life page is more like their page than mine, but that's okay. I appreciate them for engaging with you all, and they have the sweetest spirits. Oh my God, they are loving. They pray. They care about other people. They're just an awesome, awesome, awesome group of ladies, those twins, to work with. And I just appreciate them so much. And I want to give big ups to them and give them love, y'all, because they give y'all so much love. Please give them love back. I appreciate those that have specifically been engaging on the page as well. I'm going to call out a few names because they're consistent. Dr. Charmaine, thank you so much for daily putting out that affirmations, positiveness. Miss Tracy, thank you so much. Tracy Adams, she was once lived here in Omaha and was the first lady of a predominant church here. And I want to say thank you so much, Miss Adams, for, just pouring into us your prayers, your daily words, and your inspiration. Thank you guys so much. Now, I want to be able to call out some other names, so feel free. If it's positive affirmations only, y'all. Any negativity, I will not approve it, and your message will be erased. So all positive vibes. That's what we need today. We need love. We need positiveness, all of that good stuff. So thank you guys again. And from Curve is my brand. Thank you for those who participate in Mary Kay, who purchased Mary Kay, who Also, my boutique, if you've purchased anything and or you needed me to find something for you, reach out to me. I can help you. Thank you for all of those who've just trusted me to be a part of your lives in one way or the other. I appreciate you guys so much. And I love you, each and every one of you. You have definitely inspired my life. You definitely have given me drive. You've given me something to push forward to for when I do retire. I can still be happy and do something that I love. And this would be it, you guys. So thank you again so much for everything. This has been a wonderful year. Um, I will definitely be still continuously reaching out. I do want to say one last thing before I let you go. Please consider participating in the 50s and up chat. If you're 50 and up, and when I drop a subject, please comment. And even if you're not 50, if you think you got something positive you want to say and you want to have an input, please feel free to drop a comment and elaborate on it. Thank you. I'm going to be working to do different things this 2025. I got to get back to sharing and giving more gifts. I kind of fell off just a little bit. I had, throughout the year, there was some other things that I had going on. I'm not going to get off into everything, but sometimes some things doesn't call for some things. We'll put it that way. And so I'm thankful to God that I'm back on track. God is good. God is great. And he is greatly to be praised. So, guys, thank you for listening to me. I appreciate you. This is the wrap-up show for 2024. And let's look forward to 2025. I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Feel free to put greetings and affirmations here on the My Curvy Life chat group page. That's what it's for. So thank you. Happy holiday seasons greetings. And thank you for listening. And until we meet again, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening.